So there's been a couple of bomb threats. There was a bomb explosion at a pedestrian bridge in Ecuador, in Quito, in the capital. And in a residential area, a car on fire that was provoked. So there's several areas where there's the threat, the manhunt for Fito, the gang leader that had a prison break, is still on, and the military everywhere.
Now, let's just check in on the latest with Ecuador. You'll know that during the show last night, we had a bit of breaking news where armed gunmen broke into a live television studio mid-broadcast in Ecuador. Well, during a live TV transmission, they forced employees of the TV station onto the floor. They did temporarily take some hostage. Everyone was released, though, in the end. And Ecuador's president has ordered that criminal gangs be neutralised because the attack on that TV studio was part of a series of coordinated attacks, days of violence that the country is experiencing. Let's get up to date with some of the fallout today, find out what the situation is, and speak again to the journalist Carolina Loza León, who's based in Manta in Ecuador. Carolina, welcome back to the show. Just bring us up to date. Where are we now with this spate of violence which is breaking out across the country?
So right now there's a state of somewhat calm, but it's still there's a lot of tension in different cities in the country. So most of the workplaces that are allowed to send their employees to work from home have done so. Same with universities. People are afraid to go out. In Manta, where I am, places that are usually crowded, like the beach, are deserted right now. And there's been a couple of bomb threats. There was a bomb explosion at a pedestrian bridge in Ecuador, in Quito, in the capital. And in a residential area, a car on fire that was provoked. So there's several areas where there's the threat, the manhunt for Fito, the gang leader that had a prison break, is still on, and the military everywhere. There's also a curfew here from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. And yes, there's a lot of uncertainty. There's been a little under 100 detentions. That number is going to rise for sure, and about 10 deaths
Right.
from yesterday.
Yeah, and all eyes on President Daniel Noboa. He is, trying to get to grips with this as well. And we know that he plans to hold a security-focused public vote later this year, which would involve asking the public if the government should undo a ban on the extradition of Ecuadorians wanted abroad. So some of this will be put to a public vote, but in the more immediate circumstances, just trying to secure the country and gain a bit of governance over it, I'm sure. Look, thank you for updating us, Carolina. Carolina Loza León, she's a journalist. She's based in Manta in Ecuador, just bringing us up to date with how the country's coping today with that spate of violent attacks, all connected to a gang leader who broke out of prison at the weekend.